Hey, we got some questions from our live studio audience. Chris North says, a lot of talk about John Cena's last run. How would you like to see Dustin Rhodes finish up? I do like that Dustin is using this whole last ride thing. That's pretty cool. He re-signed another deal with AEW. Have you thought about what you might like the end of Dustin's run to look like? I mean, obviously, we want to give him some big celebration and fancy send off, but what do you think that might look like, Tony?
Well, he's going to have to bleed, knowing Dustin. But I would think that something on Dynamite involving Hangman Adam Page or getting a shot against the world champion, something like that. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, Dustin had one of the better matches ever in AEW when he and Cody wrestled at Double or Nothing. So his status in AEW is pretty much solidified. And as a coach, he does a hell of a job. And I would like to see him get a little run on Dynamite or Collision, other than just Ring of Honor.
I know I'm nostalgic. I mean, that's what this whole podcast and my whole wrestling experience is about, is nostalgia. But I, for one, hope that Double J gets world title at number 13 in AEW. But I sure would love to see Dustin win a world title before he hangs it up, even if it's the Ring of Honor world title. I know he's held tag titles and six-mans and USs and intercontinentals, but damn it, let's put that world title on that man one good time.
Why not? Hey, by the way, our buddy out of the Boston area, Dave Clay, is with us.
Roll Tide.
Where are you, Dave? Dave McClain. Where are you, Dave? Let me see if he's still here. Dave,
he's actually got a question. He says, coworker of mine claims he came up with the term Lowkey Big Hog. His name is Nick. Any truth to this? Why are you stealing people's shit here, Tony?
Coworker of mine came up with the term Lowkey Big Hog. His name is Nick. Any truth to this? Well, anybody can claim anything, David. So why not? Why not believe him? Yes, he did it. Yes. Go ahead and trademark it, bud. Go ahead and trademark it. It won't cost you anything but a couple of grand. David, I was wondering, when it snows in the Boston area, and I know it snows a lot, does the mail service continue?
It is supposed to be rain, sleet, snow, or shine, or some shit like that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, in Atlanta, when you get an inch of snow, the mail cannot be delivered.
Oh, well, now hang on now. I know what part of that is.
Yeah, Dave says sure does. Of course, Dave's a great mailman, and I get it, and he does a great job, and he works hard. But the mail service in Atlanta fucking sucks. Okay? To the point to where if I want to, and I hate to say this because Dave, we're not talking about you, buddy, but we're talking about some other people in your business. We don't mail things anymore. We don't. We do not use the U.S. mail service for anything in this house. And we'll either, if I've got to send something off, I'll send it by FedEx because it's horrible here. It's absolutely horrible.
Well, Tony, here's a real question. Can you imagine, as you're looking a gift horse in the mouth, as I like to say, can you imagine a scenario where I give you something, anything, a letter, a package, whatever, and maybe I'm going to mail you a check. I'm going to drop a check in the mail, Tony.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give you 2 quarters, like 50 cents.
Got it.
I'm going to say, I'm going to need you to send this to California.
Yeah.
And then they fucking do it. Like when I get the son of a bitch to bring me Taco Bell from 4 miles away, there's a $10 delivery fee.
I don't give a shit anymore.
But I can give these little fuckers 2 quarters and they'll take that shit to California. And you're over here saying it's fucked. It's not good.
No, I'm telling you right now, we have had more shit lost in the mail than anything. It's not dependable anymore. And by the way, DJ Turnup is with us. Tony, did you lose the hoodie I sent to you? No, DJ, I didn't. Did you put it in the mail? MAIL. And the answer would be yes. And that's why I didn't get it. I'm telling you, the mail in Atlanta is brutal. 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 So there you go.
Yeah, I don't use the mail. I just check the mail. I don't actually mail anything.
Well,
But,
we go to the mailbox. You know what we get? We get junk. That's all we get.
you don't get
Anything
bills.
important? Anything important? No. What, bills? No, bills come through electronically.
Like the county doesn't send you your tax bill in the mail.
Oh yeah, they send a tax bill in the mail. Yeah,
I mean, I get my tags in the mail,
yeah,
my property tax in the
right.
mail. Sometimes Lois sends me a
Yeah.
locket of hair in the
Yeah.
mail.
Dave said, "Did you tip your mailman?" No, I didn't. And maybe I should have. Maybe I should have given our mailman a Christmas present.
Okay, so here we are. We're backstage at Starrcade 1993, and you see Rick with his arm around Sting. They've
Yeah.
got it all tarped up for the big champagne celebration, and Rick is rubbing his hands through the hair of Reed Flair,
Wow.
who left us in 2013. Man, what a scene that is. Rick and his dearly departed son in the backstage area after Starrcade. Man, what a moment.
Wow. It
I was
was.
actually talking to here's how old we are at my house. You know, we're nature people now, I guess, because we live out here on the lake with all this land. So we've got just ducks and geese and turtles and snakes and foxes and deer and fucking everything.
Yeah.
And my wife wanted a hummingbird feeder when we first moved in, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And so then I saw this thing that I knew she would like because she's all of a sudden into birds, and it's called a bird buddy. Have you heard of this?
I've not heard of a bird buddy, but I'm excited and I'm on one foot than the other for you to tell me about it.
It's like a fucking Ring camera for birds. So you know how you've got a doorbell, a Ring, most people have a Ring doorbell or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, this is a little birdhouse that's solar powered that you put bird seed in. And then whenever a bird pops up, it gives you a push notification and you can watch that little motherfucker up close eating his food. And it identifies the bird and tells you what species it is. And it lets you name the goddamn birds. And then it says, hey, these northern cardinals come around 7 a.m.
Oh.
And you get a push notification and you're watching live while the bird is in your backyard eating. So anyway, my wife is like in love with this Christmas present I got her. Now she wants like 4 or 5 all over the damn property. But the first bird that showed up was a red cardinal. And when I knew my mom was like going to be all about this. So she was asking my wife a bunch of questions when they were down at the beach house with us. And she's like, I don't know. I haven't set it up yet. So of course, Megan wants me, look at your app. Look, the bird. So I look. And then I sent it to my mom. And my mom says, you know, in the South, they say if it's a red cardinal that comes to see you, that's supposed to represent, do you know where I'm going to go with this?
Yes, I do.
It means it's a dead person who's come back to visit you.
Yeah.
So as I'm wanting to kind of laugh about this, and when I'm like kind of wanting to dunk on my mom a little bit, so I'm like, Megan, can you believe? And before I can even finish, she goes, "Yeah, it was my brother," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, fuck, my bad. I didn't know that was a thing, Tony. So I'm learning a lot here. So
Well, you know, I don't know if I've told you the story or not. That we, because of all the fucking junk we have in our garage, I cannot put cars in the garage. We've got 2 cars that sit outside, and I'm cool with that. But I had to buy these things to cover up the side view mirrors. And they are things to cover up the side view mirrors because birds will sit on your side view mirrors, look at themselves in the mirror, and then shit down your car when they see themselves, right? So you get out and you got bird shit all down your doors. It's a legit thing. So we've got every night we cover up the side view mirrors. And when that started happening, I told Lois, I said, there's a fucking red bird out there that is shitting all over my car. And it looks itself in the mirror. I said, we need to get something to cover it up with. And I looked on Amazon. They got these covers. And Lois says, yeah, that's my mom. I went, what? So he said, yeah, a redbird is a former person who passed away in your family. They've come back. I
Wow.
said, your mom is shitting on my car. She said, I guess, but that's the redbird out there doing that. And you said it. And so yeah, I believe that. Lois's mom flies around shitting on people's cars around here.
Well, I guess I was saying all that to say I never got to meet Reed, but I guess he's come to my house about 7:00 in the morning these days. Actually, when Megan said that, I said, "Can you imagine if I actually got to hang out with Reed and she just stopped what she was doing and looked and said, trouble?" Uh,
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby says, without internet, that app would not know anything. Correct, Bobby.
Yeah.
You do hook it up to your Wi-Fi. It's how
Yeah.
you can access it. But I don't know why, but it tickles me that Bobby's like, yeah, it only knows because the internet. Yeah, we know, Bobby. Can you imagine?